Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, in this episode I'm gonna do some bad weather photography using long exposure. Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, my name is Serge. I'm a French photographer from the amazing city of Paris, France. Right now I'm in downtown Los Angeles and I'm gonna show you how you can use bad weather and long exposure to make some cool artistic projects. Click the link below to download the source files and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So come with me in downtown Los Angeles and let's see what we can do with bad weather. It's been raining a lot in the last few days here in Los Angeles and I want to take this opportunity to create some art with long exposure and extreme long exposure and do some really graphical type of photography. So come and follow me here in downtown Los Angeles. So my setup is that I have a Sony A7R III and I have here an ND1000, ND10, and then I have a remote. But right now it's not working. You see I'm getting very white photos. I'm shooting the Walt Disney Concert Hall and I'm trying to get, this very graphical type of photos where you have, some really nice stuff in the sky because of the long exposure. But right now it's not working because there is not enough contrast in the sky. The sky is way too white. See, if you look at it, it's too white. And so I'm hoping that maybe a bit later on, I will get more details in the sky and I can do something better. See in the back, that's the city hall. It seems to have more dense clouds, more contrasty, so I'm going to walk toward that and see what happens. Okay, so this is the city hall of Los Angeles and we got a nice puddle here. There is a nice puddle there. I'm going to try to make a long exposure and playing around with this reflection, and hopefully it's going to give something nice. So I think I found a framing that I like where I'm basically framing the city hall, as you can see here, playing with the puddles, and then I'm going to make a long exposure to erase anybody who is coming close to the to my camera, and also who is hopefully to get some good details in the sky. Let's see how this is going to work. So I still have my ND10 on and I'm at 5-second exposure, 1 minute of exposure. It erases everybody who passes by and hopefully we get a good sky. Ooh, the photo is very nice. I love how the 1 minute exposure make these crazy clouds. The light just turned on. I think this is really a good shot. Plus everybody got erased. I love it. I think it's time to go somewhere else and find another framing of this beautiful city hall in Los Angeles. All right, so on this one, I think I'm just gonna take a classic shot. Maybe make it like an HDR shot. I like the foreground. I like how it's not too late yet. The thing is, it's the perfect time to take photos. We are right at the blue hour. And if I wait more, what's going to happen is that it's going to get too contrasty. So right now the contrast is perfect. I think I'm going to take a good HDR of this and see how it comes out. This is going to be the last photo. I'm not going to shoot with a filter on this one. It's just a beautiful view of the city of Los Angeles. The key is to shoot when it's not too dark yet, so you don't have too much contrast. The light is beautiful. I love it. So this is the last shot of the day. It's getting dark, but look at the reflection. I came back to same puddle. And I think this is going to make a really interesting photo because we have this beautiful light from the city hall that's completely blue. Let's see what's going to happen. So let's go back into Lightroom and see what we got. All right, guys, so welcome in my studio and let's see the photos we just got. So I got this photo. Remember, I was trying to shoot this as a long exposure, but I want to show you something. It was kind of useless because this long exposure, this is 1/15 of a second at 7.1. Same version at 49 seconds. So you see, putting an ND filter didn't do anything good. I thought it would, but it did not because there was not enough contrast in the sky. However, I think we can do something really cool with this forms. And for this, I'm going to make it into a dramatic black and white. Now, when I do dramatic black and white, I use one of my presets. But I'm going to give you all the source files, including all the presets that I use for free. All you have to do to get them, let me show you. So you have a link which is here, like under the video. You click on that link. It's going to take you to my website. Then you just put in an email address. So I'm going to put my email address and create an account. Next is going to say sign up for free. Boom. You just have to put in your name, last name, and then put in the password. And voila, you are into the library and you can just click here, view, and you can download the source files. Okay, so back to Lightroom. The reason why I want to do black and white is because I love when you have simple architecture. I never know how to pronounce it. Buildings. And let me show you. For example, if I use some of my black and white preset, it's going to look just awesome. I'm going to use the black and white linear circle light. So the way my preset works, it has over like 20 or 30 sliders. That's why I love to use them as a starting point, because I don't have to worry about the sharpening. I don't have to worry about so many things. I know what's in my preset. So on this one, for example, all you have to do is go to the circle here and move the circle where you have interesting things. These circles are made to focus on some lights. And if you think it's too strong, you can lower the value of every circle. If you don't know what to do with a circle, you can just erase it. Usually I put it over areas which are already bright just to put more attention on it. And it just looks so cool. In this case, this one is too much. And this one is okay. This one I think is a little too strong. And one good way, sometimes they are too strong, sometimes they're not. Yeah, this is kind of cool. Maybe you can also make them a little bit bigger. And they just will enhance, where there is a bit of light, which I think is really cool. So check this out. I think this is really a cool black and white photo. Maybe just add a little more contrast to it, make it even darker and add a bit more contrast and boost the white. But I love the simplicity of the photo. I think this is going to work. Actually, when I was in Johannesburg, there was a whole exposition of photos like this, of very simple black and white, and that really inspired me to do this. So on this one, similar idea, I'm going to use one of my black and white preset. I'm going to use probably this one, black and white. And as I said, I'm going to give you the preset. It's going to be in the video, and it's very easy to install. Once you download the preset, all you have to do is go to here. Let me show you preset, import preset, select them, and you're good to go. So it's very, very easy to install. I'm also giving you the source file so you can play around with it. You can even post them on social media as long as you credit me as a photographer. A lot of people do that, and I don't mind if you just tag me at @photoserge on it. So I'm just moving these points around to make the photo a little more interesting. And as I said, if you don't know what to do with the point, you just erase it. I'm just trying to make this very graphical. And I think it looks kind of cool. Yes. And then you can boost the white to make it brighter. And I think now that this point is a little too bright, so I'm going to move it somewhere else. You don't want to... The idea of this point is it just, put a bit more attention on some of the parts of the photo. And again, this is just to make it like a very sort of a graphical photo. Oh, on this one, I have a bit of a thing here from my lens. Okay. Okay, the next one, I'm not going to use preset. I'm going to retouch it. This one is, remember, that was a reflection of the city hall. So on this one... I'm just going to open up the shadows, boost the whites, the blacks, lower the blacks. I'm not sure that this one is going to be the best because I have one that I took a few minutes later when the light started to be on. I can already tell that it's not going to be as nice as this one, so I'm going to jump right away on this one. And I just love trying things. I just love trying different, photos, and sometimes they come out good, sometimes they don't come out well. But that's the general idea. So yeah, the photo is very sharp. I want to make it super straight, so I'm going to go down to the upright function, auto, and maybe because that's kind of my brand, maybe I'm just going to add more contrast, maybe add a bit more magenta. I love magenta. Maybe a little bit more bright, like this. And actually, no, what you can do is just leave the brightness. Instead of using the circle trick that I did, you can just use the brush. So what I do is I take a little brush, I go to exposure on this little drop-down menu. That's going to put everything down to 0 except exposure. And then make sure flow and densities are on 70. And you can just brush where you want to put a little more attention. I always kind of overdo it, like at 1.8 or something. And then I just lower it just a little bit. Usually, if you go under 0.5, it should be subtle enough that you don't see it, And yes, maybe I think on this one I'm going to add a bit of clarity and a little bit of vibrance. And maybe even still too blue to me. I'm going to make it even more yellowish and more magenta. Let's see here. Not so bad. I like the idea of the reflection. It's a very sharp photo. But let's see here. Let's carry on a little bit. This one is going to be interesting. This one is a night photo. So same thing here. You open the shadow, you boost the whites, you bring down the blacks. I want to warm up this one a lot. Add a lot of magenta because I love magenta at night. Make it even more warmer. And I had no idea that the cereal was becoming so blue at night. I think it was beautiful. It was really nice. A little more contrast, maybe. I'm going to erase that little thing here. And I love using the auto feature. It makes everything straight. When I do buildings, I want them to be straight. So, boom. Voila. And you can constraint cropped. And then same idea, a little brush. And then just going to make this a little bit brighter. And voila. This is a very similar photo, but it was in portrait mode. I think this one I'm going to use like for 500px. So I press Command-Shift-C to copy what I did on the first one and on the last one, except I should not have copied the crop. The crop is not good. And the auto. So let me redo that again. Command-Shift-C. Don't take the crop and don't take the transform. Okay, Command-Shift-V. So that it only retouches the photo. Okay, let me just reset it. Command-V. Voila. Okay, on this one, it's too warm. I love to copy and paste, one thing I did on the photo onto another. It's something I always do because I think it just goes much faster. Okay, and contrast. Let's see here. Look how sharp this photo is. I really like it. For a night shot, it's really good. I mean, the Sony a7R III is a beautiful camera too. I think this is way too dark for me. I think I'm going to cut this a little bit so we are more on this. Yes. And maybe on this one, I want to add a little gradient here to make the sky a bit darker. So what I usually do is I overdo it and then I use this magical trick of the range mask off. I go to luminance and I move this to the right. And what that's going to do is going to make my gradient go behind this. And usually, and then I make the gradient a little more. And so you see it does not affect the seed hole anymore. Okay, and the last one was really a night shot. I came back and I thought I was going to do that again. So I bring up the whites, the black. Now, night shot is very tricky to find a white-white balance, I think. Usually what I do is I go pretty blue and add a bit of magenta because I don't like the yellow. The yellow really bugs me. Okay, you can make sure you put the black point by holding the Alt key. Make sure you have some blacks and whites. And if this is going too fast, you can check on my channel. I've got tons of video showing how to use Lightroom. I just want to show you this specific photo shoot. I think it's kind of interesting to share my sort of day-to-day as a photographer. I kind of like that. This one is also very sharp. Something like that. That light really bothers me. I think it's too strong. I would maybe go into Photoshop and, the eyes goes to the brightest part of the photo and maybe turn this down a little bit. But honestly, I think the one that came out the best was this ones. I think these ones are like completely like fine art. They are going to do really well. This one, and then this one. This one is a very long exposure. It's like 1 minute. Hold on. It has to refresh. Voila, this one is like almost 1 minute. I really like this one too. And I think I like this one. This one is kind of cool, but it lacks of color. Maybe, and I think this is my second favorite. The City Hall of Los Angeles. All right, I was so happy to share this photo shoot with you. Download the source file, download the preset, play around with them, see what you like. You can even post them. Just credit me at @PhotoSerge, and I will see you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys.